Hey, what's up everybody? Angry K9 here, back again on the Unnamed Server, and welcome to Season 2 of the Unnamed LP. That's right, we restarted the map, and we are starting our spawn build over here. Got this temporary little house. You might recognize it. This is the exact duplicate of one of the starter houses that I built on the old world for new members. I thought it's the perfect little place to start, so I figured I'd build it on over here, and that is what I am going to do. Now, I've got this hill back here, and I have it all planned out what I'm going to build up here. That obviously is not going to be my only build here. That is just my temporary place to live while I build this thing up here. Probably going to end up moving that. I am actually going to keep that here somewhere around in this area, but I'm probably going to move it from where it's at, because I think what I'm going to end up doing is having some steps or something go down that way. Not really sure yet, but I do know exactly what I'm going to put on this hill, and it's not going to be a place for you, sheep. Go away. So we started out in this nice big open plains here, and there was a horse running around here somewhere, but I think Calissimo claimed it. But we've had a lot of sheep running around here, and in that little hole right there, if you can see the dirt, we do indeed have a skeleton spawner down there. Calissimo found the dungeon, and probably going to turn that into a skeleton farm, which is a really good thing because arrows have been in short supply, and I have been really hard up for arrows. I do have some diamonds back in my other little area that I have set up, about 600 blocks in that direction. And I do have some diamond tools already and a diamond sword, but I'm just working on getting levels to enchant them. So we are playing this with natural regen off, so our health does not regen. And you can see I've already died 28 times. We do have the death counter on. I was not prepared for the difficulty in playing without regen. So I died a lot. If you ever play this game with regen off, it certainly forces you to rethink the way you do a lot of things. You know, when you know that your health is always going to regenerate, you might find yourself dropping down 5 or 6 blocks if you're building something and not really thinking about it, going about your business there. If you have feather falling boots, you might even find yourself dropping from a higher drop and just taking the damage and then going about your business because you know that your health is going to regenerate. Well, when regen is off, your health doesn't regenerate, so you definitely find yourself playing the game a little bit different. So yeah, I've got everything planned out over there, what I'm going to do, and I'll probably get started on that off camera and show the progress in the next update. Whenever I start a map, one of the first things I like to do is find a fairly high spot and build a nice tower of some kind. Well, don't really have too many high spots in this map since we're in this big plains biome. Got a birchwood forest over that way, and the original spawn area is right over there. And this was the highest place that I could get to that was close. So what I'm going to build over here is going to work out just fine here anyway. Doesn't need a huge area, so it's going to work out. And since we are playing with regen off, I'm very cautious about the daylight and the night, and it's already starting to get dark. Creeper hole! So we're going to try to run around spawn here real quick. Not really sure what anybody else has planned. I know Fubi's working on something over on the other side of that. I think Flub is over that way and Darth in that direction. And Flub put this sign up over here. And I'm not really sure. I don't think he's building here. He's actually building something in the mountains over on the other side of that birchwood forest. So yeah, he just wanted to make his presence known, I guess. Trying to outdo Fubi on the other side, and I don't know if we're going to be able to see his place from here or not. Probably not on the other side of that hill. I think Ryzen has been doing some work here in the spawn area. We started out with just a hill, and you can go back and check out my live stream videos that I uploaded to YouTube, and you can see where we started out. Creeper hole! I think this is Calissimo's place over here. He started out in that netherrack hut, and it looks like he's building something next to it. Not really sure what he's got in mind there. But yeah, we've got this nice big open area here, which is something I kind of wanted when we started the new map, was to have a nice open plains biome. And that's what we have. And the original seed I had picked had one, but it wasn't quite as big. And I think Ryzen did a little bit of experimentation and found this seed. I'm not really sure if he used any specific name or word. And there's Fubi's place over there and his sign. And that is why Flub built that sign, because he was outdoing Fubi. So Flub, you've definitely outdone Fubi. Originally, Fubi had that sign flashing, but it was causing a bit of lag for me. I don't know about anybody else. But it was kind of getting me, so he went ahead and made it stop flashing. But as I was saying, I don't really know if Ryzen typed in any specific words or anything, and I'm going to make a mad dash back from my spawn house here since the sun's going down. And I don't want to be caught out in this field when the mobs start spawning, because I have worked very hard to get to 30 levels. As you can see, I have 30 levels now, and I had intended to come over here and make a bow and enchant it, but unfortunately there is no string anywhere to be found in spawn. So I'm going to have to do some hunting. I'm sure somebody has some in their chest. They probably won't mind if I borrow it. And if they do, well, then I guess I'll be in trouble. But yeah. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to go ahead and let the sun drop and wait for daylight to come back, and then we will continue our quick look around the spawn area. And then after that, I'm going to head on over to another area that I have set up. It's my mining area. I've started a mine underground, and I have a little base set up over there. Just a little hole in the side of the mountain right now. But I am going to build a house over there, and I have some animals penned up over there, and I have some farms going on. So I've got plenty of food and stuff over there. Got pretty much all my supplies over there. I do have some things here, a lot of half slabs and some cobblestone here that I need to cook up, because what I'm going to build here in spawn needs a lot of stone slabs, and I'm also going to have to get some netherrack and cook that up for nether brick, because I'm going to need a lot of that. And I do have a diamond pickaxe, so I'm going to have to run down into the caves in my mine area over there and start collecting some obsidian, because I'm going to need a lot of that. But what I might do instead of going down into the caves is just go ahead and build my obsidian maker over here somewhere, kind of off to the side. I built that in the last world. Probably build it here again. And it's not really that hard to do. It's pretty resource friendly. Just need 10 pistons. That's the hardest part, but I've already got everything I need to make those. So I'll probably build that over here, and that way I'll have all the obsidian that I need, because I've got plenty of redstone. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of mining over the last couple of days since we started. Just trying to gather up resources so that I can start building. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wait for daylight to come back. And when I do, when it does, I'll come back and we'll finish running around spawn here, and then I'll head on over to my mining base. So stick around, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, guys. I borrowed 3 pieces of string from Calissimo, and I will make sure I return that. So cool if you're watching. I borrowed 3 string, and I will get it back to you as soon as I can. I just want to get this bow enchanted while I have 30 levels before I lose them, because, you know, I've been having trouble holding on to levels here. So, I'm going to go ahead and enchant this bow, see what we get. I'm going to take it on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, lucky 7. What do we get? Unbreaking, power 4, flame 1. Well, it's not what I wanted, but it will certainly do. Unbreaking on a bow. Unbreaking 3. I got unbreaking 2 on this one. So, yeah, not too bad, not too bad. I really wanted infinity, but I guess I'll live. And what do we have in the chest here? Nothing. I'm going to have to bring some books over here. I've got some material to make some books. I like enchanting books at level 1, low level, and then combining them. Other people think I'm crazy, but I've gotten some really good enchants doing that. So, yeah, I'm not really going to look around here too much. This is where we started. Ryzen is working on this. I don't want to show too much of it off. Let's run over here through the birchwood forest and take a look around Fubi's place. See what kinds of trouble we can get into over here. Oh, I think Calabajui had a little tent set up here. That's this right here, and I think that looks pretty cool. Nice little temporary place to live there. And he's got his campfire here with his stoves, so that was pretty neat. I think we started out down here. That's where our first mine was. And we had this, I think originally this was the spawn hill here. Well, maybe not. I'm not really sure. I think it was over there where that cobblestone is. And, or actually, it was right here where all this is. So, yeah. And we had a heck of a first night on the server here. A lot of deaths right away. Fubi's doing his thing over there. It looks like he's just got a hill going on. I've already looked in there, and he has this insane creeper hole. Oh, what? Never mind. Not a creeper hole. Cave. There's creeper holes everywhere. But he had this insane stairway going all the way down to, oh, I don't know. There's a creeper hole. And we are playing on hard, so the creeper holes are pretty darn deep. But yeah, it was going down really far. See, it goes way down there, and he has water at the bottom. And I would drop down there, but I don't want to take the chance on misjudging it, and I really don't want to run all the way back up. As I said, Calissimo, he's got his place right there. And Flub is building, where is he building? He's building off to the side over here somewhere. And it's going to be getting dark. Fubi was just online, but he logged out. I'm the only one on the server now, so I'm going to stay close to a bed. That way I can fend off the night. I'm going to head back over, let's see here. I want to go take a look at Flub's place. He's building something that looks pretty darn cool for his spawn build. And if you have been following this series for a while, or anybody on the server, you remember on the old world we had a spawn town, and we had everything kind of arranged. We didn't really have any set plots. We just kind of started building everything. Everybody picked a spot and started building, and it worked out where we did have a little bit of an actual spawn town. But we decided not to do that this time. We decided to just go organic. We're going to have one structure in the center, which is what Ryzen is working on, and I cannot find my way anywhere. So let me actually head back to my spawn house, and then I'll be able to get my bearings. But anyway, we decided we're just going to pick a spot here, and everybody's going to build something, and that's kind of what we're going to do. Anytime we have new members on the server, that's kind of one requirement we have, is that everybody builds something at spawn. And with this nice large open plains area that we have, and the lack of really putting anything in plots, just kind of loosely arranging everything, it's going to be a lot easier if we had any new members for them to find a place to build. The structure that Ryzen is building over there is going to be the center right around the spawn area, and then we're going to have everything else arranged around that. He's kind of told me about what his plan is for it, but I'm not really going to go into too much detail on it. I'll let him show that off. Yeah, so as you can see, there's not really a whole lot to see here at spawn, so I'm going to try to sleep here. Might be able to do it, not sure if it might be too early. There we go. So yeah, ha ha ha. Alright, let me eat here real quick to get my food bar back up. And now I am going to make my mad dash on over to my mining base. Now I'm going to have more than one base this time. Last time I just had the one base far away isle out in the ocean, and I'll admit I already kind of missed the island. And someday it might even make an appearance here on this world. Not going to make any promises. I really didn't want to restart the world so soon. The server's only been up for 7 months. I wanted to wait at least a year, but with all the new biomes and everything like that, and the new terrain generation, well, just really couldn't resist. So checked everything out in a single player world in creative mode, and I just really liked what I saw. and everybody else did, and nobody really wanted to go too far away to find new terrain. Now, if we had stayed on the old map, I would have only had to travel 1,300 blocks away from the island to find new terrain, and that is all I would have had to go, and I would have found a savanna, because I looked at it in a creative version of the world running in the snapshot, and I sailed away from the island. 1,300 blocks later, I was on the shore of a savanna, and I thought it was really neat, but everybody else wanted to reset the world. I think Ryzen was the only other person that voted not to restart, but then he changed his vote. So here we are. And I've got to say that the terrain generation in this snapshot, 13W37B, is just really great. I really like it. Yeah, so let me make sure I'm going the right way here. I need to get to roughly X600, Y600. Looks like I'm going in the right direction. The numbers are going up, so yeah, turn that off because that's extremely frustrating, annoying. And normally I would cut this out, but I thought you might want to come along for the run. It's really not that far. It only takes a couple of minutes to get there. And we get to run through this nifty little swamp, and we do have a witch hut around here somewhere, but it's not really in a good location to build a witch farm. There is another witch hut that somebody has found that I've looked at, and it is probably the better one to build the witch farm at because there's really not a whole lot of land close to it. There is some, but when we set up the perimeter around it, we'll have a lot less digging out to do than we did even on the last world. You might remember Flub was working on a witch farm, and I did a lot of work clearing out the perimeter. So we might just do that again on this server. More than likely we will. I'd really like to have a working witch farm. I've never had one before. Never even built one before. So maybe I might take that one over this time. I've already called dibs on building the nether hub and... oh, there's my spot. Building the end farm. But I'm going to be honest with you. I definitely want to do the Enderman farm when we get to that point. But I might let somebody else do the nether hub. I did the one on the last world. Might let somebody else do it this time. Not really sure. So yeah, as you can see, I have this area set up over here. I have some animals over here. Cows, pigs, and chickens. And I've got a lot of pigs and a lot of cows. Gonna have to take them down soon. And I don't have a whole lot of chickens. I did. But, yeah, I'm eating your brothers and your cousins. So I had probably... ooh, I'm going to say almost 200 chickens in there. Killed them all off, and it brought me to level 30 the first time, and I was able to enchant this pick. And it wasn't too bad. It's a good working pick, efficiency 4 and breaking 3. And then you saw me enchant the bow, which really isn't too bad either. Power 4, flame 1. It used to be the only way you could get unbreaking on things like bow and your armor and your sword was with books, but it seems in the new snapshot that you're going to be able to do it straight away right off the enchantment table, which is both cool and kind of not cool because really I'm not really sure that unbreaking makes sense on armor because it's still going to break. I mean, you can still repair it and everything, but I don't know. I always stick with iron armor now. I really don't see a need to waste diamonds on diamond armor, especially when you don't have regen on. It doesn't take a whole lot to get killed. Envy, for you to Envy, was over here yesterday, and he was sitting on his horse waiting for daylight to come. It was night, and he had been having some connection problems. And I don't know, I think his client disconnected from the server, but the server hadn't got the disconnect notice yet, so he was still sitting here, and a creeper came up out of nowhere and exploded, blew him up, and then he suddenly logged out. So I think his client, or the server, caught up with his client, realized he wasn't there, and logged him out. I picked up his stuff, and as I was about to try to get his horse disappeared right about the same time he logged out. So I thought his horse was lost. I thought maybe the creeper killed his horse, and then it just disappeared. But it turns out that when he came back online later yesterday, his horse suddenly appeared. He was standing over there next to the sugar cane. So I hopped on his horse and I rode it back over to his base, took all of his stuff over to his base for him, had it all set up. So yeah, but yeah, I've got the farms here, and I'm going to build a house. I want to build a ranch-style house, but I'm not really sure where I'm going to do it. I was thinking about doing it right over there in that open area, and maybe moving some of these farms around. Not sure. I've also thought about maybe cutting this back a little bit, you know, kind of clearing this out, because I love that mountain back there. I think it makes a great backdrop. If we can get over here and take a look at it. Yeah, so, I mean, that's kind of cool. I don't know. I've even thought about building a house right on that stone, little stone hill there, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. Probably keep it right here. Who knows? I might build it over that way in the Sahara, or Sahara? Savannah. Sahara, right. But, yeah. So, and this is kind of cool, too, because right here at the edge of a savanna and a regular forest. So when it rains, it does not rain in savannas, obviously. A savanna is a dry biome. So it will not rain in the savanna, but it does rain in the forest. So right around here, we can stand in the rain, stand out of the rain, stand in the rain. And I was having fun with an Enderman the other day. I was standing right here just inside the rain, and I looked at him, and he came after me. And of course, as soon as he hit the rain, he teleported away. But then he just teleported back a little way, and he came after me again, hit the rain again. I kept looking at him, and if he were real, he'd have been frustrated. But we're going to take a quick look in here. I'm not going to go down in the mine, because everybody's seen a branch mine. And Envy went into the nether yesterday, and had brought some glowstone back for me, because I was upset. I was over at spawn, and I made some potions. And I couldn't turn them into instant health 2 because I had no glowstone, and I was griping about that. And Envy went into the nether, and he picked up some glowstone, so he brought quite a bit over here. Left me a diamond too, which was pretty cool. He says, now you have your own personal stash. Thanks for all the care stuff, horses, and food. Like I said, when he was killed by the creeper, I took all of his stuff over there. I got his horse and took it over there. And he was also having some trouble getting his crops to grow. They were taking too long, and he didn't have any food. So since all my crops are already grown, I went ahead and took a bunch of food over. I think I took a stack of potatoes, wheat, some carrots, probably some seeds. And I don't think I had the melons and pumpkins at the time, so I didn't take any of that. And also this tree here, you might think that that's just your common, everyday, boring savanna tree, just like over there. And there's certain kind of name for this tree. I forgot what it was, but this is not a naturally generated tree. This is one I made myself. Tried to model it on that one right there. You see where my little yellow crosshair is? Try to model it right on that tree there, make it look just like that. Didn't quite work out though. Looks a little bit off up there, but oh well, no big deal. But the only reason I did it was because I didn't just want to have these junglewood logs sitting here just kind of out of place with all the cocoa bean pods on it, so I wanted to make it look like a tree. Currently there is no way to regrow these trees. Once you cut them down, they're gone for good. So yeah, you can plant saplings over here, but it just grows oak trees and birch trees, whatever type of sapling you're planting there. I had thought maybe if you put 4 like oak saplings, you know, kind of like you do with jungle trees, you put 4 of them in a 2x2 square, and you bone meal it, and you get one of the really tall trees. I was kind of hoping maybe that might work with oak saplings. You know, you put 4 in there, and maybe you'll get one of these trees. Maybe it'd be biome dependent, but that doesn't work. It does the same thing it always does. It just grows one oak tree, then grows another one if you bone meal the second one. And it's also the same is true with the birch wood. So, oh well, I don't know if they're ever going to change that. That would be really neat, I think, if they came up with a different type of leaves, maybe more of a kind of a palm type leaf. That would be neat, but probably not. But oh well. So I'm gonna run in here real quick, and there's one other thing I want to show you. I don't know if I can sleep. Yeah, we can, and I don't know why it did that. But let's see here. A lot of times when I jump in bed, it I don't know, puts my face in the cobblestone. But yeah, I've had quite a time over here with zombies and spiders. Spiders have been hanging out right over on that little area there at night. So as soon as I walk out the door, they'll jump down and drop right on top of me and jump at me and hit me twice, and then they'll decide, oh, it's daylight, so it's time to stop being aggro. But and then I had a tree right here, and the biggest problem I was having was skeletons. When the sun would come up, you know how skeletons start to burn? Well, the first thing they would do is run over here, hide under the tree so they'll quit burning. So as soon as I walk out the door, there'll be a skeleton there, and skeletons are the worst mob when you don't have regen on, because they do have the ranged attack, and it's really frustrating. Doesn't take much to die. So yeah, but the other thing I found over here, and this is why I really like this area, is this zombie spawner right here, almost right at the surface. I've already taken the mossy stone out, obviously, but yeah, this was really cool. I couldn't figure out when I first started working in this area why I was getting attacked by so many zombies. Even if I didn't hit a zombie, a whole bunch of them just suddenly showed up out of nowhere. Well, this is why, and I didn't realize this was here. And I think I saw a whole bunch of zombies come out of here, and I thought, well, there must be a cave over there, and I came over there and found the dungeon. And that's where I got the name tag. I got a name tag out of here, and I think I got 2 records. And I may have left one at spawn, I don't recall. And a few other things. So yeah, that was pretty neat. So I'm going to turn this into a zombie XP farm. In this new snapshot, I believe they have modified the hitbox for baby zombies. So I think they can fit through a 1 high gap now. So I'll probably have to put fence posts or maybe some iron bars or something at the collection point or the kill area, kill zone, whatever. So that they can't get through there, but I'll still be able to get the zombies through there. I'm not really sure if I'm going to do a drop tower where I have them go up a water elevator up to a certain distance and then drop them down so that they're one-hit kills, if I'm going to do that, or if I'm going to have a... well, actually, you know, now that I think about it, I think I do have an idea what I'll do. I won't have a drop tower. I think I'll just have a water stream, and I think going to set it up so that I can do several different things with it. Maybe one with a lava blade where it just takes them down and just kills them automatically at a lava blade. And I'll have some hoppers down at the kill area so that whatever they drop will go into the hoppers, and that way it won't burn in the lava. And I think I'll have maybe somewhere where I'll have a lever where I can reroute them away from the lava blade to maybe a kill area, where I'll have a piston crusher set up so that I can use it as an XP farm. And I think somewhere along the lines I may have something set up to where I can separate out the zombie villagers so that I can possibly cure them. In this snapshot 13W37B, we recently found out that villages are not spawning. They are not generating when the world generates. So currently there are no villages anywhere. We've already done quite a bit of exploration. I'm kind of hoping the guys are going to hold off, though, a little bit until that gets fixed. I'm going to assume that Mojang is already aware of it. If not, I think that would be kind of strange, but I'm pretty sure they know about it already and probably will fix it. Hopefully there's going to be a snapshot coming out day after tomorrow in which that will be fixed. And that way we can, have the villages back. And if not, well, I'll see how many zombie villagers I can get and cure, and maybe I'll build my own village right over here in the savannah and populate it and everything. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to show right now. I do have plans for a spawn build. Like I said, I'm going to build a house over here, and this is just my mining base. This is not my main base. My main base is going to be underwater, and I still have to scout out a location for that. I think if I go due south from here, I'll run into the ocean, maybe kind of a southwesterly direction, southeasterly direction. I'm not sure. It's either south or southeast, one of those two directions, and I will find an ocean. And I don't really need a very large ocean. I just need a pretty good sized area because my entire base is going to be underwater, and I think it's a really cool base, and I hope you will like it as well. So yeah, I think that is an episode. So we're going to go ahead and end the recording here, and next time we come back, I'm either going to work on my spawn build or I'm going to work on the zombie XP farm. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do. The spawn build I already have planned out, and I don't have to build it in creative because I built it on another server a while ago, and I'm going to build that again, and it's something I've always liked. Probably going to make some improvements to it though, make it a little bit different, a little bit better. The zombie XP farm I could definitely use though, because right now it's difficult to get to 30 levels, and I keep dying anytime I get close. I've only made it twice, and the second time was when we enchanted this bow that you just saw me enchant. So yeah, I'll make that zombie XP farm, and then I'll be able to get to 30 a little bit faster. Not as fast as if we had an end farm, but I'm in no rush to get into the end right now. Who knows, maybe we'll even decide not to build an end farm this time and just survive on skill alone. We will see. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Please feel free to comment, rate, and subscribe to my channel if you're not a subscriber. My name is Angry K9, and I will see you next time.